Everyone, good day to see. We're going to get started here today. Good afternoon. I'm Dave Cattle, the president of the A's. We're thrilled with such an incredible turnout for this event. We're really excited to have our design team, our architects, everyone who's been involved behind the scenes over the last months of work to actually put this incredible ballpark to design together. I mean, look at that thing. It's really amazing. Amazing. But of course, the next stage is even more exciting because instead of putting it on paper, we get to make it real. And that wouldn't be possible without the people in this room. In the same way that we go out and build our baseball team with a third baseman, a shortstop, a relief pitcher, we have to find the necessary people, the people in this room, to build this building, to create a Major League Baseball home for the A's in Las Vegas. And this process is going to be a very exciting one. Today is going to be a great kickoff to go through the actual design, to see its inspiration from the Archangels group on how they came up with this really unique building, the 5 pennants, the clear stories, the views of the strip, and something that we can really be proud of as a community. So we're really excited for this event. This is also a showcase of all the jobs that come for this incredible project. Small businesses, large businesses, the workforce. This is going to put people to work in a positive way at an important time in our community. So we're really excited about that as well. And we're going to showcase that and really explain how folks can get involved at all levels of this project. From a steel contractor to someone who's just going to, provide door stops for, the concession stands. Like everyone is going to be involved in this thing because it's going to take the entire state in some ways to pull this off. So let me go through a little bit of the, order of what we're going to go through today. We're going to do some introductions, introduce the project team, which I think will be a great thing for you to see who's been working on it today. Do the design overview, as I mentioned, which I think will be a fun part of the presentation. We'll have the company profiles of the people involved. We have Mortensen and McCarthy in a joint venture working on this project in a really positive way. Obviously, that's the same team that built Allegiant. We are really proud to have them working on this. I think they're going to do an amazing job, and we're excited to have them as a partner. We have the project team overview. We have the schedule, which is obviously an important aspect of this for everyone to bid on the project. The procurement schedule in more detail. All the project aspects, and then finally the community benefits. So that's going to be kind of the order of things today. Just so we can level set with people, we get this question all the time. We have 2 or 3 really big events coming up. October 9th, we have the Drop the Trop, where the actual Tropicana, which has had so many great memories and experiences here in the Las Vegas Valley, is going to be coming down to great fanfare. And so we can clear the site for a groundbreaking in Q2 of 2025. And so we can get in and open this stadium for the 2028 baseball season, the championship season. So that is our current schedule, which we're very excited about. In terms of the team, obviously we have the A's here, we have the Archangels group, they are the designer, we have HNTB, who is the architect, also was the architect at Allegiant. We have a wide variety of consultants and partners, CA Icon, already established. But today is the day to actually enhance the team and build the team and add more people who are going to make this happen. So today you'll learn more about how to be a part of it and become someone who's going to be a part of making this stadium a reality. So we're thrilled with the turnout. This is an incredible group of people. We could not do this without you, and we're excited to get this thing started. I'm going to kick it over to Frankie Sharp from the Archangels group. He's going to go over the design of the building and its inspiration. And so here he is. Without further ado, Frankie Sharp.
All right. Thank you, Dave. Mortensen, McCarthy, thank you guys. Thanks to everybody that's here. This is very, very exciting for me. We've been working on this for a while now, so I'm just thrilled to have the opportunity to share what we've been doing. I think first and foremost, though, maybe just to introduce who we are at BIG. So we're a group of landscape architects, engineers, architecture professionals, planning professionals, and also product designers. Up to 750 employees now, based globally around the world. We were founded in Copenhagen, Denmark. We are the Mortensen and EIG. And I work personally out of our office in Brooklyn, New York, but we have an office in Los Angeles, California now as well. I think for those that aren't familiar with who we are as a company, we started in Denmark about 20 years ago, really focused on public projects, things that would bring people together, things that would give the public opportunities to explore spaces that maybe they didn't have access to previously. So this was a bath in Aarhus, Denmark. It's been incredibly successful in one of the first projects that they completed. This one is maybe a little closer to home now. This is the first purpose-built office building for Google in the San Jose area. Not too dissimilar to the project that you're going to see today, where it's a big canopy over a lot of office space and a lot of people gathering underneath that. And then maybe one of our most iconic buildings in Denmark is a waste treatment facility that we put a ski slope on top of as part of the competition. We still can't do that, right, Dave? You're not going to let us do it. Exhort shot. But I think what's important about just showing some of this stuff is it helps paint a picture a little bit of who we are as a company, maybe the way that we would approach these types of projects, and hopefully gives you a little bit of an understanding and some context on what we're going to walk through in a second.
Hello, I'm Brian O'Loughlin. I'm leading on the project from HNTV's side. So, this project's really unique in that our team, the big team, is really working collaboratively on this one. We kind of consider ourselves one team. We're going to be eventually AOR. We're taking lead aspects on certain aspects like the interior whole, sight lines, premium spaces, and some of the team op spaces. But together, we're working very collaboratively. We share the same aspirations on this project to really want to elevate it from everything from the exterior to the experiences in the seats. We want every one of these seats, between general admissions to premium spaces to feel special, unique, have a lot of different unique opportunities and areas around the
So maybe just to walk through the concept, and a lot of the stuff that hasn't been shown before, so this is really exciting to get to share the thought process. So of course, we're on the Las Vegas Strip, so whenever you're starting the design process, knowing where you are, what your setting is an important piece of it. This is important for us, not only because we think we need to create something iconic, we need to help kind of set our own place within that landscape, but it also gives us an incredible setting to look out to and to provide as a backdrop for the ballpark itself. Whoops, skip ahead. Also, I think it's important to note the climate of Las Vegas. Whenever you're designing a place for people to sit and watch a game, you want to just be conscious of the elements and the environment that they're going to be sitting in. So, the big piece of this is, of course, the fans too. That's who we're doing this for in a lot of ways. And so making sure that those two previous slides really tie into how we think about how these people are going to experience the game was kind of the whole baseline part of the design for us. And whenever we started to sketch these things out and think about how are we going to turn these ideas, these concepts into a three-dimensional building, the first sketch that we did, that everybody on the call, it was a Zoom call as we've all gotten used to now, kind of sat back and said, I think that there's something there, was this idea that you could create kind of a jagged roof where one side is all glass and you can see out, and the other side is solid and it's going to protect you from the sun. This isn't necessarily a new concept. I mean, warehouses have been doing this kind of a section design for 100 years or more. But we thought it was really appropriate for what we were getting ourselves into in this setting. And we also noted, as you probably saw the slide flash up, that when we started to see it three-dimensionally, it did remind us of the armadillo. We're aware it's not a local animal, just to say that. It is a desert animal in a way, so I think that we all appreciate that there's maybe some relationship there, but it certainly feels like a well-designed animal for its environment, so we thought that was an interesting connection. So we started calling it the armadillo. It started off with the three-dimensional object you see on the left, which again, if you were to cut that in half, you would see that same profile. Same thing with the one in the middle, and then eventually you got to the form on the right. And the reason that we got to that last form is we wanted to also provide some context for baseball. We wanted to make this feel like it's connected to the sport, to the history of the team. And so, of course, one of the most iconic maybe images in baseball is the pennant. That's one of the synonymous with success in baseball. So we thought if we could incorporate the pennant into the design, we were really onto something. There's also a painting that we were very much inspired by, which was done by Lucia Fontana, where the painting itself is really more about the cuts in the piece of paper as opposed to the painting as a whole. So when you look at the three-dimensional object at the ballpark, you'll notice that those clear stories come down and actually meet at ground level. So it's really almost a slit in a dome as opposed to these kind of separate pieces. So that was something that we also felt very strongly about it and got excited about in the design. Once we kind of had that basic form, there was a lot of arm fighting to make this an efficient, both efficient structure, efficient for material usage, efficiency of protecting from the sun. So there was a real form-finding exercise, trying to get this thing to a point that we thought made sense to exactly how we wanted it for the ballpark final. And eventually it turned into what you guys have probably already seen. So this is one of the images as you would drive up from Las Vegas Boulevard and see it sitting on the site there. And I hope what you'll notice is that original sketch that we did is still very true to the final form of the ballpark. So you'll be able to see out a giant cable net glass wall towards the Las Vegas Strip. You'll have clear stories looking up to the sky, and you'll be protected from the elements here around and creating just a really spectacular experience for everyone that's playing there, working there, visiting for an event. So this is just a view of that cable net and one of our favorite features. And I think I'm going to turn it over to Brian to maybe talk about some of the details inside as well.
All right, so just a couple of quick things. In terms of the site, where the ballpark itself is a 9-acre kind of circle. That's the footprint on the site. There'll be a future integrated resort by Bally's that will share the site. So that integration is still being developed right now. The ballpark is moving forward at a very fast pace. We're very excited about that. 30,000 seats with 3,000 standing room to kind of just increase the capacity. We've got 6 primary levels, and I'll walk through those at a high level. Stu, go to the next slide. We are approximately 650-foot long span roof structure, and as Frankie said, it's formed of really 5 major pennants coming across the roof with ETFE clear stories similar to the Allegiant roof, occupying the vertical components of that. That's really, intended to make this ballpark feel as open as possible. We don't have any operable roof elements or anything like that. This is a fully enclosed conditioned building, but that's going to really bring in that natural light. From the spectator view, you're kind of looking out through the large cable net window and through these ETFE windows. You're getting a lot of natural light, a lot of view, semi-open condition. The cable net window here, which you can see here on the section on the left, is approximately just under 40,000, around 36,000 square feet for that. Currently, that's a conventional cable net window system, but the form is interesting. It's a double curvature form, which gives it some strength and some unique geometry as you kind of enter into the building. You'll see that, and then the experience from the entire seating will have this amazing view out into the Las Vegas Strip. You can see here on the section on the left, this is kind of our typical section. We really try to limit dormitories and really have more of an open concourse feel so that all of the concourses are really connected to the activity, the energy that's happening within the stadium. There's effectively, we'll walk through each one of the plans, but there's effectively 6 levels. Maybe we can go to this is the event level here. This is field level, which is at grade for the project. We're basically a podium that you can see on the left-hand side here, just under about 40 feet. The future integrated resort will connect, and that will at that level, that will be our main concourse level. So the first 40 feet will be eventually covered by that resort. The event level is largely team team spaces, which you can see in the green, home team on the left side and visitor team on the right. We have a lot of different unique opportunities and spaces within here, the premium spaces. You can see them kind of colored in tan and here. This is the lower suite. We'll have a primary entry on the south side of the site for approximately about 30% of the fans will come in through this entry to the lower suite and then circulate up throughout to find their seats. The primary entry and the next floor is to the north. And you can see that we've got a series of bathrooms and concessions and other fan amenities that are all on the outside of the ballpark, really just, again, providing that open concourse feeling and that connectivity to all the events happening. There's a series of, we've got more and more, a series of bouncing arches referred to as bouncing arches, which are glass elements on the perimeter here, so you can always, from the main concourse, have this connectivity outside to views to the south of the airport, views to the strip, and views to future development that will wrap around the project. As you go up, you can see here, this is our upper suite. We're on our fourth level here. We'll wrap around here primarily a suite level here, and you can start to see on the north side, we've got the cable net window to the north where the concourse starts to drop away. You can start to see how big that window is and how that connectivity is shown on the This is the upper concourse here. Again, fully rear-fed concourse with amenities and bathrooms and food and beverage services to the outside. And then we have a small deck on the next level, which is similar to a kind of vomitory concept, except for the stair circulation is to the backside. Really, again, so we're preserving that full open concourse with view to the field level.
We get another round of applause and thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kyle Muhammad, and I will be the project executive overseeing this project just on a day-to-day basis. So, why don't just, before I get into the program, I want to tell everybody a quick story. So as I was leaving my house this morning, I was kissing my 3-year-old daughter. And told her, like, hey, Daddy's got to talk to a lot of people today. You want to wish me good luck. And all she does, she turns and looks at me and she says, don't fall. So all I could think of as I was walking up here is don't fall down. So mission accomplished. So I get to talk to you a little bit about the Mortensen McCarthy joint venture. And it's bringing together two of the largest and strongest contractors in the nation to combine decades of local experience here in southern Nevada, as well as decades of industry-leading sports experience across the nation, and a track record of both companies working together time and time again on very successful projects. As you can see up here, this is one that Ronnie probably saw as you drove in today, but Allegiant Stadium was one of the best projects that we've done together in recent years. So, a little bit about Mortensen. Mortensen's been in business for 70 years, so not a new kid on the block at all. And they have over 30 years worth of sports complex building. They've been known as a industry-leading sports builder year over year. And they do that by having a dedicated sports group of 20 professionals that solely work on sports complexes all over the nation. I'm going to give you a few of those examples here. But obviously, we just talked about Allegiant just up the road. Success not only for the Raiders, but also for this community. We have Sinead come up here in just a bit. This is going to talk about community benefits. And it really started with this project and the success we had as a group. They also built U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Again, you can see some of similarities with the facade. Frankie and Brian just talked about the giant cable net wall that we're going to be installing on the building. You can see some of those similarities and the internet expertise for this building. But they don't just build football
roofing company is known as a top 20 ENR company, and has been doing business here in Southern Nevada for over 40 years. So definitely community builders focused on the community and bringing that experience from just all the folks and the relationships we have here in the room, and just kind of doing the ins and outs of doing business here in Nevada. Very diverse set of projects. I'll go through a few of them here in just a minute. We're really focused on team building, collaboration, and giving back to the community. So, this is one of the hallmarks of UNLV, but hospitality hall, a big part of this town, and a big part of what we do here in Las Vegas. McCarthy's T3 parking garage, a lot of you probably parked in it. I know I have on numerous occasions while traveling. You have focus on Las Vegas for those of you that know the nightlife. Palms Casino renovations just across the street there, and then Circuit Resort Casino downtown. Now, these are just some of the big highlights from both companies, but McCarthy here in Nevada has done work for City of Las Vegas, City of Mortensen, and built a number of projects for local hospitals. So definitely community-based, want to continue to be a community-based builder and bringing that those years of experience here in Southern Nevada to the project. So just to talk a little bit about the team, so Dave Mansell is going to be our general superintendent and field operations manager. Eric Hoffman is the vice president of operations. This is going to be overseeing the joint venture. I introduced myself to Kyle Mahoney, project executive, overseeing the job. We have Ross Edwards and Logan Gergen, who are the two principals in charge overseeing the joint venture. Then we have Sinead Phillips. Sinead is our community benefits manager. We're going to hear from her in just a moment. We have Jeremy Chenard, who is the project executive overseeing pre-construction. Then we have Jeff Rinsden, senior director of pre-construction. We have Jason Howard, who is our senior vice president of pre-construction, and Dan Wagner, vice president of pre-construction. So Dave already hit on this earlier. The high-level schedule will be breaking ground in Q2 of 25 with the project completion in 2028. So I'm going to walk you through just some of the procurement dates, what's going to be included in each package. So if you want to get your phone out, I'll try to stay on each slide for just a second so then you can see what's in the packages. We're not starting with two because we don't like one. One's already been solicited and awarded. So one was for the design assist CableNet package. As you can imagine, that system is pretty complex, so we need to get those folks on board early. But this package 2 is out on the street right now. It's primarily the remainder of our design assist phase. So it's steel, MEPS, the building enclosure, as well as vertical transportation. And those submissions will be due here in the next handful of weeks. Big package 3 is going to be precast, masonry, video boards, and low voltage, and that should be coming out sometime in the middle of October, so we're going to get a little more than a month. Bid package 4 and 5 are going to be coming out concurrently, currently targeted at mid-February release. So bid package 4 goes civil utilities package, deep foundations and concrete. And then package 5 is going to be the remainder of the core and shell overall package. And I'll just put a caveat that all these dates are subject to change, but plan is to get these as close as we can, but to be generally accurate. So in package 6, so there's going to be 2 slides. There's just a lot of different packages in this group. But this is essentially our interior build-out package, and the targeted date right now is going to be February of 2026 solicitation. This is the second slide. So just a couple items that we wanted to hit on. All of this is going to be available in the proposal packages, but just things that we wanted to emphasize. So the project is not tax exempt. Certified payroll will be required. We plan on using parking is going to be off-site. It's going to be the responsibility of our trade partners. Badging is going to be required. All badging requirements, again, will be in the proposal package. The job is planned to have in this program, so just be aware, understand that as we're going through the bidding process. And then the certificate of eligibility for bidding preference will be part of the scoring criteria. So just make sure that if you qualify, you get on the state's website, and there's some links on our webpage as well. So we'll have a webpage up here in a bit when Sinead gets here that you can click to. But that process can take quite a little bit of time, so don't wait until last minute to do it. Here's your preference for those eligible and then with that, I'm going to turn it over to Sinead for our community benefits program. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. Hi there, I'm Sinead Phillips with the Mortensen McCarthy team. I will be the community benefits manager with the project. Just like on Allegiant, we do have a tremendous opportunity with this project to uplift our community, to really engage and provide opportunities for all residents, all businesses, especially our small, local, and diverse-owned firms. Some of you may be aware there is specific legislation that was passed in relation to this project, so Senate Bill 1 or SB 1 as it is referred to. Out of that was a community benefits agreement established. So that CBA has very clear expectations, goals, and requirements that we're going to run through some of those today. So the first of which is going to be this small local business or SLB 15% requirement. Okay? In order for a business to be eligible and to count toward that percentage, there is a very specific definition of an SLB. So we put it up here for you. You can go ahead and grab a picture, but this definition is going to be in a lot of different places. It's in all the bid documents. It'll be on our project website. We wanted to show it though because there is, sort of an extensive list here of criteria. Make sure that you are familiar with it. To that end, we will be having all of our SLBs. They need to complete this certification form. It is our way of verifying that everyone who has submitted and being able to count toward that 15%, that we do in fact meet all of the criteria. So this form can be found on our website. On the workforce diversity side of things, we have a 51% goal, targeted workers. So targeted workers would include women, people of color, veterans, and disabled workers. So we are looking for just over half of all of the hours that are worked on the craft side of things for this project to be performed by targeted workers. I do want to emphasize that the 15% goal, or the 15% requirement and the 51% goal here, they are very important success factors for our project team, for a lot of the stakeholders engaged in this process. It is going to be an evaluation point and part of the selection process. So we are looking for trade partners who have a plan, they're able to outline it, you're as deeply committed to it as we are to not only helping us achieve these goals and the requirements, but also to exceed them. So to that end of helping us meet and surpass these requirements, we will be doing a lot of community outreach in the coming months. There will be, we have a lot of different connections, relationships with our local contracting and community organizations, different ethnic chambers of commerce, workforce organizations. So we will be making sure that we're providing a lot of information and access and opportunity for folks to understand how they can get engaged with the project. We'll also be holding pre-proposal meetings and meet and greets in conjunction with the release of every bid package. And so the point there being is we want to be able to connect and facilitate relationships between all trade partners, especially provide opportunities for our small and diverse firms to be able to engage with the project and with other trade partners. I do want to go back quickly and hit to, I would say, small and diverse firms. So the 15% requirement does refer to our SLBs, our small local businesses. But on this verification form, there is a space here for folks to indicate if you do hold another certification for your firm. So if you're a woman-owned firm, minority-owned, anything like that, any other certification that you might hold, please do indicate that on here as well. We are tracking not only our SLB participation, but also the participation of our women and minority-owned firms on the project. So we want to be able to maximize opportunities for everyone. And then the project website, so a couple of us have referenced it already. This is the address for it, so go ahead and snap a picture of it. It's mmjblba.com. That is where you'll find all of the different forms that we talked about, a lot of the information, latest project news and updates, latest and greatest procurement schedule, we have on there as well. On this website is also where we will post the content from the slides today, so be sure to check that out. And that brings us to the end of our presentation. We threw up the project email here. If you do have questions, please be sure to submit them to this email. It is probably going to be your best bet and the quickest way for you to get your question routed to the right person and get a response. There are several of us from the project team are here today, not only the folks who are up here speaking, but a lot of folks you'll see around in the red shirts. If you do have questions, you can come find us, connect with someone in a red shirt, and let them make sure that you talk to us before you leave today. I think that is all that we have for our team. Thank you, all of you, for coming out today. Thank you to all of the presenters, and hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you.